George Collins M.A., Breaking the Cycle, Free Yourself from Sex Addiction, Porn Obsession, and Shame. In Breaking the Cycle, George Collins dives deeply into the complexities of sex addiction and porn obsession, offering enlightening insights and practical steps towards overcoming these challenges. This book sheds light on the often overlooked psychological mechanisms driving compulsive sexual behavior, drawing a clear line between healthy sexual desire and addictive patterns. Through engaging case studies and introspective exercises like the personal amphitheater, readers are guided to confront and understand their own triggers and subconscious habits. The emphasis is on transforming shame into empowerment, encouraging a journey toward personal control and genuine intimacy. Whether you're battling these urges personally or supporting a loved one, this summary equips you with the tools needed to break free from the chains of addiction and reclaim the joy of authentic human connection.
Breaking the Cycle. Bob's life took a sharp turn one Super Bowl night, not because of a game-winning play, but due to his relentless compulsion. Disguised as an urgent work call, he dismissed his family to indulge in his secluded world of online pornography. Unfortunately, his secret shattered not only his marriage but also his relationship with his daughter, who discovered him in a compromising situation. His actions forced limited, supervised interactions with her, highlighting the darker facets of sex addiction. Such compulsions are more common than they appear, often in the guise of harmless sexual exploration. When sexual thoughts seize control over one's life, morphing relationships into mere transactional pursuits, it becomes a slippery slope to addiction. Sex is a natural, enriching part of life, meant to build genuine connections. Yet for addicts, moments of intimacy are replaced with fleeting pleasure, driven by a singular focus on orgasm. Conversations and interactions blur into objectifications, reducing individuals to mere stimuli for gratification. Porn sites, chat rooms, and strip clubs become substitutes for meaningful relationships, leaving addicts trapped in an endless circle of shame and regret. Overcoming this addiction demands more than sheer willpower. It requires acknowledgement and a commitment to change. Each act of indulgence chips away at esteem, amplifying the chain of self-loathing and remorse. Yet, countless former addicts have found liberation by facing their addiction head-on. Recognizing the pattern is the first step toward reformation, opening a path to forge real connections and build a life free from the shackles of compulsion. It's a daunting journey, but understanding the depth of the addiction marks the beginning of recovery and healing. Illuminate your personal theater. Imagine standing at the center of a dimly lit amphitheater, a single spotlight trailing your every move. Around you sits an unseen audience, whispering reactions and shaping your actions. These spectators symbolize subpersonalities that direct your responses, particularly to sexual triggers. This mental theater is your realm for transforming patterns that tether you to unhelpful habits, like sex addiction. Shedding light here reveals unconscious tendencies formed by childhood experiences. These are the seeds of compulsion buried deep in your psyche. Often, these ingrained habits originate from personal histories, where comfort is sought in sexual fantasies much like others might comfort eat. Such compulsions could trace back to incidents of neglect, abuse, or inappropriate parental reliance on a child for emotional support. A child experiencing these can grow up searching for solace in sexual escapades, attempting to replicate a past high that perpetually eludes capture, leading to incessant cravings. In shining a light on these behaviors, begin to personify the aspects that push you toward these impulses. Perhaps it's a character like Georgie Porgy or Hot Shot, a playful or provoking name to identify an internal voice. Regularly engage this persona in open dialogue, writing down these exchanges to revisit and reflect on them later. This process not only brings these motivations into consciousness but also privileges insight into their workings, making it easier to communicate with therapists or mentors. Daily visits to your personal amphitheater are key. Consider individuals like Zane, who once sought comfort in fantasies and now leverages his arena to confront these urges. Through consistent exploration, he re-encounters his youthful thrill for watching peers in gym class, tracing a connection to an early formative experience. Acknowledging this pathway lets Zane weaken its sway over his present self. Dedicate a mere 10 minutes a day to this exercise. Over time, it erects barriers between you and the compulsions vying for control, fostering a growing sense of empowerment. As these barriers solidify, deciding against succumbing to these urges becomes second nature, slowly steering you toward a path of self-awareness and control over your addictive tendencies. Embrace your true self. Growing up, George experienced a childhood marked by emotional extremes. His mother's over-attention left him struggling with addictions and obsessive behaviors as an adult. His story illuminates a universal struggle, the challenge of distinguishing oneself from one's past and compulsive thoughts. History and the mind often trap individuals, particularly those with addictive tendencies. They let past events define their identity, restricting personal growth. Recognizing that you are separate from your past story loosens its grip on your life. Similarly, understanding that your thoughts don't define you grants freedom from the incessant cycle of rumination, where the mind ceaselessly swings between past traumas and future anxieties, neglecting the present moment's richness. To break this cycle, immerse yourself in the current moment. Engage your senses fully, observe, feel, and be mindful of your surroundings. This practice counteracts the damaging pattern of euphoric recall, where past highs impede deal intimacy in current relationships. Mindfulness meditation is a powerful ally in this journey, teaching you to see things as they truly are and preventing destructive impulses from taking hold. As you face triggers without acting on them, your resilience builds over time. Discover hobbies and activities that invigorate your mind, realizing that past experiences and transient thoughts don't define your essence. Embrace each moment anew, breaking free from the compulsions driven by your subpersonalities. Meditation aids in connecting with your core self, a self unencumbered by the past and untouched by fleeting thoughts. This core self values authenticity, recognizes the difference between harmful and beneficial actions, and seeks genuine connection. Maintain a continuous dialogue with this inner truth. It is in this steadfast, undistracted state of being that true freedom and self-awareness blossom. Breaking free from triggers. Meet George, a man who dedicated his life to guiding sex addicts towards recovery. Despite his expertise, George unexpectedly found himself struggling with his own urges while heading to his office one sunny day. The familiar clicks of high heels on the staircase ignited a chain reaction within him. In moments like these, George realized his brain had woven a web of associations over time, pairing the open blue sky and the sound of heels with past impulses. George's journey underscores a powerful truth: understanding your personal triggers is the first step toward breaking their hold. By delving into your past, you can uncover the unique elements, whether a scent, sound, or sight, that spark your urges. This awareness equips you to rewrite your mental programming, offering a path to freedom. Taking control isn't a passive endeavor. It requires conscious effort to deflect harmful thoughts and assume a stance against your addictive tendencies. Imagine a mental rebirth where you confront your triggers head-on, visiting the very places or situations that once ensnared you. You might drive past an adult theater without detouring inside or step into a store with the intent only to walk out unburdened. Some individuals even partake in symbolic acts of defiance, underscoring their commitment to sever ties with their triggers. It's crucial to remember that the initial thoughts a trigger provokes are rarely rooted in truth. Recognizing this distortion provides the opportunity to analyze, engage with your inner compulsions, and seek alternative avenues for channeling energy, a transformation of sexual desires into something constructive and positive. By embarking on this journey of self-awareness and resilience, taking one step at a time, you regain the power over your impulses. It's about crafting a state of mind where you are the architect of your reactions, replacing previous patterns with new, healthier ones. As George learned, reclaiming authority over these triggers is genuinely within your reach. With persistence, you can craft a life free from the shackles of your past associations, defining your path with clarity and strength. Red Light Reflex. Imagine driving and instinctively stopping at a red light without a second thought. This intuitive response is the ultimate aim for anyone overcoming sex addiction, swiftly triggering a mental red light when encountering situations that could lead to unwanted behavior. This process, humorously called red light guy, is about establishing new, healthy automatic responses in place of compulsive ones. Sexual triggers, like images or encounters on the street, often sneak in unnoticed, suddenly stirring intense feelings. The challenge begins when you recognize these triggers in real time. Performing a small, physical gesture, such as placing your hand on your chest, serves as a bodily anchor, redirecting that intensity into constructive energy, grounding you firmly in the present. For those with facial hair, the beard test offers another tool, a gentle reminder you're an adult now equipped to handle impulses responsibly. By consistently engaging in tangible acts and reshaping thoughts, you gradually transform your internal dialogue, moving towards a healthier balance. The journey demands perseverance and daily practice, but over time, this mental traffic control system becomes second nature. Your focus shifts toward appreciating life's surroundings, freeing your mind from a constant preoccupation with sexual thoughts. Embracing vulnerability. Picture an honest conversation between partners where transparency fosters deeper connections. During a seemingly ordinary drive, a reformed George openly shares with his wife the moment he feels triggered. This act of honesty brings them closer, marking an essential victory achieved together. In relationships, reversing perspectives can be enlightening. Consider how the constant pursuit of idealized fantasies might feel to your partner. Admitting deceit and expressing genuine remorse sets the foundation for rebuilding trust. When addressing past indiscretions like infidelity, it's crucial to approach the conversation with sensitivity. Avoiding unnecessary hurt by omitting details that could cause deeper pain is often wise. Sharing struggles before they turn into actions invites your partner into a cooperative dialogue, opening the door for joint problem-solving or therapy. This vulnerability encourages both partners to transcend beyond mere physical desires, fostering a relationship built on sharing and mutual support. Sharing these insights extends beyond personal relationships. Offering support and understanding to those grappling with addiction can be transformative, provided they consent to receive your guidance. Starting within your own family, being present and imparting lessons of intimacy to your children is invaluable. By openly sharing our experiences, we strengthen not only ourselves but also contribute to a collective journey towards overcoming sex addiction in society.
George Collins' Breaking the Cycle concludes with a powerful message of hope and transformation. As outlined in this summary, tackling sex addiction involves recognizing and dismantling harmful subpersonalities and habitual responses to triggers. By establishing new, healthier thought patterns and practicing techniques to regain control, individuals can pave a path toward recovery. The book underscores the importance of vulnerability and open communication, particularly in intimate relationships, fostering a bond that transcends physical attraction. By sharing experiences and insights, readers not only aid their own healing but also contribute to a larger societal shift away from shame and secrecy. Ultimately, the message is clear: by reclaiming control, understanding one's essence, and embracing true intimacy, it is entirely possible to live a life unburdened by addiction.